So as I expect the complete understanding of the Fourier representation and the introductory wavelet domain representation for a certain kind of signal, the signal we call to be the information in certain form here. So for the information to be represented with the help of the mathematical tools as like the Fourier and the wavelet here, we generally call it to be a function, and the general representation is with the help of the functional f here. If certain function f is defined over a functional space, let us say it is capital L square, so that time the statistical parameter generally, which is very important with respect to such a function into L square as a functional space, is the mean here. So the mean for such a function can be represented with the help of the single symbol here, that is mu, and in the subscript here we can denote small f to be the functional representation here. So mu suffix f is to be a mean here, and let us mathematically define this mean for such a function f. It is given by 1 upon double mod square of the function f in multiplication to the integral from minus infinity to plus infinity for the time parameter t multiplied to mod square of f of t dt. Now along with this mathematical definition of mean as one of the statistical parameter, there it is the uncertainty with respect to the functional representation, which can be denoted by sigma suffix f. The mathematical definition of sigma suffix f can be given here. So it is 1 upon double mod f multiplied to the square root of, here in this representation on the right hand side of the equation, the square root is represented by bracket to the power 1 by 2 here. Inside the bracket we have the integral from minus infinity to plus infinity for the square of the difference t minus the mu suffix f, the mean of the function that we have defined in the earlier equation, which is further multiplied to mod square of f of t dt here. Now here it is really very important to note down that if we have the function f defined over the functional space, generally we call it r square or capital L square. So that time f square, the function square f square divided by the square of double mod of f is a probability distribution representation here, which is a non-negative function with the integral value equal to 1 here. So on this slide, as you see, the two representations here, first one is the mean denoted by mu suffix f, and second one the uncertainty denoted by sigma suffix f. So these are the distribution representations for the statistical sense here. The uncertainty that I have called it with the symbolic representation sigma suffix f is most of the times also known by the term standard deviation in the statistical domain here. So what is more with respect to the use of this mean and the standard deviation or the uncertainty you can call. Here the mu suffix f, which is the mean, will measure where the function f is localized in time, and the standard deviation sigma suffix f will measure how the spread out or the uncertainty of a certain value for this time measurement is there. So let us have a representation mu suffix f cap, which will localize the frequency, and similarly sigma suffix f cap will measure the uncertainty in that particular frequency. Therefore we have the two more form of the similar kind of the equations. Here you see this should be mu suffix f cap, which is equal to 1 upon mod square, the double mod here for the f cap, multiplied to the integral minus infinity to plus infinity for omega to be the angular frequency, further multiplied to mod square of f cap of omega, and at last we have d omega for this completion of integral representation here. So here we have f cap of omega, which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity or the product of f of t with the exponential e to the power minus I t omega into dt. So this is just completion of the representation for the mu suffix f cap. Now we have at the bottom the equation for the uncertainty or the standard deviation you can call. This is sigma suffix f cap given by 1 upon double mod of f cap of omega multiplied to the square root of, we have minus infinity to plus infinity the integration carried on, or the product of, we have the first term omega minus sigma suffix f cap, which is the difference squared here, further multiplied to the square of the mod of f cap of omega, and at last we have d omega here. So as our topic is the uncertainty principle and the time frequency dialing, we shall first of all focus on the term uncertainty principle. What is the relation of these two formulations for the mean and the standard deviation for the functional representation with respect to this principle here? So this uncertainty principle states that for any functional representation denoted by small f here, we have the multiplication of sigma suffix f that we have in the earlier representation of the standard deviation or the uncertainty you can call, with sigma suffix f cap here that is supposed to have a measurement of uncertainty into the frequency domain. So the product of the two should always be greater than or equal to 1 by 2 here. So this is the most important relation that you can outline here. This is what the information conveyed by the uncertainty principle here. So if a function is localized in time, it must be spread out into the frequency domain and vice versa. So this is what the information conveyed by this mathematical relation here that you can see with the help of this illustration also. So the possible time frequency windows we have in the representation in this particular illustration. You see the time axis to be the horizontal axis in this illustration, whereas the vertical axis is denoted by the angular frequency omega here. You see the three kinds of the blocks here. Those are representing the cases of good time resolution with bad frequency resolution, or good frequency resolution and bad time resolution, and the optimum of the two also. See, the optimum value of half or 1 by 2 is achieved if and only if the functional representation f is Gaussian distribution here. So this is what the very important point, and to have the visualization of this, let us have consideration of a hypothetical function capital F of t comma omega, which is function of time as well as the frequency over the time frequency plane here, that represents the component of the function f with frequency omega at the time t here. Here the uncertainty principle says that this makes no sense to try to assign point-wise values to the functional representation as discussed capital F of t comma omega. Here all what we can do here is to make the assignment meaning to the averages of this capital F over the rectangles of the area, at least 2 here. So here the uncertainty principle applies to both the WFT and the CWT that we have covered in the previous videos of the same chapter, but into the different ways here. So let us have the representation of the mean mu suffix w and the standard deviation denoted by sigma suffix w, representing the localization and the spread in the respective manner for the window function w here. So WFT is the windowed Fourier transformation, whereas CWT is the continuous wavelet transformation here. So the formal definitions of these mean and that of the standard deviation we have here in the mathematical expression mu suffix w is equal to 1 upon double mod square of the window w of t in multiplication to the integration minus infinity to infinity the time parameter t multiplied to mod square w of t dt here. Whereas the standard deviation sigma suffix w is equal to 1 upon double mod w of t multiplied to the square root of the integral minus infinity to plus infinity for the square of t minus the mean mu suffix w, which is multiplied to the mod square of w of t dt here. So as the earlier representations we have done for the time domain and then for the frequency domain, in the same way let us have the mu cap w and the sigma cap w representing the mean and the standard deviation in the Fourier domain here for the windowed function that we have denoted by capital W of t here. So that time if we have the inner product of the functional representation with the window that contains the information on the function f in the range, that is the mean minus the standard deviation and mean plus the standard deviation. So as we see the inner product of the functional representation f and that of the window. So since this representation also contains the information of the f cap of omega, the frequency domain representation, so therefore the inner product of the functional representation f with the window denoted by capital W represents the frequencies between the mu cap w minus sigma cap w and mu cap w added by sigma cap w here. So this information is present between the time the mu w minus sigma w and mu w plus sigma w here. So for the case of the windowed Fourier transformation, the test function is a shifted and the modulated window here. The same can be expressed mathematically. Here we have e to the power small I bt multiplied to the window w t minus a, that is equal to capital E superscript subscript b here, capital T subscript a here into the window w here. So this is localized into the time near the mean mu w added by small a as a parameter with the standard deviation or the uncertainty sigma suffix w. The corresponding Fourier transformation is localized near the mu cap w added by small b with the standard deviation or the uncertainty sigma cap w here. Now in this representation we have capital E and capital T along with the capital W. W we know to be the window representation. Capital E is the representation of the modulation, whereas capital T is the representation of the translation operation here. So therefore we have here the mathematical tool in this regard, psi suffix w multiplied to f of a comma b, which is given by 1 upon square root 2 pi multiplied to the inner product of f comma eb ta w, that is equal to 1 upon under root 2 pi the inner product of f cap with tv e suffix minus a w cap here. So this representation contains the information on f into the range the mean plus a minus sigma w to mu plus a plus sigma w, and the information in the frequency domain, that is f cap, in the range mu cap w added by b minus sigma cap w to mu cap w added by b further added by sigma cap w here. So here it is important to note that for the windowed Fourier transformation with the fixed window that we have denoted by capital W of t, the time resolution is fixed at the standard deviation sigma w. the frequency resolution is fixed at the sigma cap W here, and here we can have shifting of the window around in both the time and frequency, but the uncertainty box will always have the same shape here, and the shape can only be changed by changing the window W of t here. So for this purpose, let us refer this illustration. These are some of the possible time frequency windows of the windowed Fourier transformation, where on the horizontal axis you see the time axis with A as a parameter and the frequency axis on the vertical axis, while B as a parameter, and you see the blocks in this particular plot here. So all the time and frequencies are resolved equally well or equally bad, you can say. A discrete windowed Fourier transform, if you take with equal space time and the frequency sample, we find a uniform tiling that we show with the help of another illustration here. So this is the time frequency tiling of the windowed Fourier transformation. You see the time and frequency, both the parameters in this particular diagram. So for the case of continuous wavelet transformation, the test function will be having the mathematical form given by psi suffix ab of t here, which is equal to 1 upon square root of mod a further multiplied to the psi of t minus b divided by a, which is equal to tb dA and psi here. And this is with the Fourier transformation, we can say e suffix minus b, d suffix 1 by a and psi cap. So therefore the inner product of the functional representation f with the test function of the continuous wavelet transform psi suffix ab is represented as the inner product f with tb dA psi, which is also equivalent to f cap inner product with e suffix minus b, d suffix 1 by a into psi cap here. So this contains the information on the functional representation and the information of the functional representation into time as well as the frequency domain here. The uncertainty boxes have the different shapes in this case in different parts of the time frequency plane that we can show with the help of this illustration here. So we have this final illustration to conclude our topic. So these are the possible time frequency tilings in the case of continuous wavelet transformation. As like the previous case, we have the time and the frequency axis, but you see the time axis having the representation of parameter b, whereas for the frequency axis we have the representation of the parameter 1 upon a here. So you can see the cases of high frequency with the good time resolution but bad frequency resolution, and at the cases of low frequency, good frequency resolution with bad time resolution, and the optimum of the two here. So I suppose this is enough information to address the uncertainty principle along with the time frequency tiling that we have seen for the case of continuous wavelet transformation.